Okay, we are live, and well, not for the first time. It's all going wonderfully well. Trying to get it going on the old laptop, and the laptop is I don't know what is going on. Every single time I use it, every day, using my laptop, it works. But then when it comes to actually doing something with it on StreamYard and doing Chrome, it just goes tits up. And I have no idea why, which means we're going to have to go via the phone. If anything, just to show that I'm still here and I'm still around, kind of. So there we go. And I might even just raise it up a little bit so I can be seen. Hello there, everybody. If there's anybody vaguely watching, don't know if there is. If anyone even remembers who the hell I am, because heaven knows I'm not entirely sure anymore. Oh, good Lord. Hang on. Oh, dear me. Yeah, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? It's going to be one of those days. Hello there, everybody. So, yes, this is proof of life because I have been off the air for some time. And it's basically just to prove that I'm around and I've not died or anything. I'm not I've not collapsed, but I am still around, as it were. And also just to sort of like tap in. I do want to do this quickly, though. So tell you what, we'll do the proof of life bit shortly. We've got ourselves, we need to run out the door shortly, properly to say howdy and love you. Hello there, Chuck. Thank you very much indeed. Well, you've done it now. Yes, haven't I just? And indeed, Solicitor Luke, oh dear, proof of life ain't going to what it is. I don't know. Every single time I try and do something with this, it just goes horribly wrong. However, Dan, around somewhere. Oh, there he is. So let's remove him and get that on there, and we'll have Dan on stage there. And yeah, he's this is where he will now have the worst connection in the world, purely because he's in a black box of a convention center. Dan, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you doing, Squire?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Surviving. Chuck Cook is asking, is it MEGACON? Yes, this is MEGACON that we're checking out, and
Yeah.
see if I can kind of zoom in a bit more, and so we can actually see him in a slightly more better style. There we go, cropped layout. So hopefully we'll have it a little bit more. Oh, you do keep cutting out. Not gonna lie.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Because the Wi-Fi or the internet here is not that great.
So we've got your your dodgy internet, my dodgy laptop. Are we back?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, back in fine style. But this is a way for us to have a quick look at MEGACON Orlando. Chuck Cook, even vendors at MEGACON have been saying bring cash because their signal is so wretched that their payment systems aren't reliable. Oh dear Lord.
Yep. Very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay, well, I mean, like I say, this is a very brief kind of check-in, as it were. So we're kind of like just sort of saying hello to everybody and just reminding that we're here. And I'll do my proof of life bit in a bit and explain what the hell's been going on. But for yourself, Dan, how's your weekend been going so far?
But great. I mean, this is, I want to say the third largest and it was pretty big.
Okay, we got a Dalek there. I didn't hear any of that.
Sorry, can you hear me better?
Not really. Just remember, you suggested this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think we might give it a couple more seconds to see if it improves. Otherwise, I think we might tap out. And there goes Dan. Well, doesn't that just sum it all up? Okay, everybody, let's do a quick proof of life thing. The idea was that Dan did suggest that we did a live stream from MEGACON Orlando. Basically just to kind of like show everybody what we used to do, which is the live streams from the various cons. I have not done a live stream since last year. Solicitor Smeg, Orlando didn't pay their internet bill. Well, Orlando has been rather busy. Most of America has been very busy over the last 2 weeks, coming up to 3 weeks, which is just baffling to me. Chuck, you can get Wi-Fi for like $78 a day. Come on. Okay. So a quick proof of life for myself. If you are tuning in on this, just kind of seeing this and you're wondering who on earth this is on your screen and you don't know who I am. Well, my name's Leonard Sultana. I run, or used to run, a podcast on a weekly basis called Talkin, a Cup of Tea with Englishman in San Diego. The last time we went on air was just before Christmas. And it was just to explain that I would be tapping out for a while. And that's exactly what happened. Basically, when we last spoke, my father was particularly unwell. There was no energy there, and it did look like we were heading towards the final farewell and sort of like saying goodbye, to the point where his ex-wife, my mum, who we're all on speaking terms still, but my mum leaves the country and she goes and she stays in Spain or the Canary Islands all the way through the winter months. So that way she doesn't have to pay for the heating of the house. She just lays on a beach. It doesn't affect her arthritis and her general demeanor. And she can just kind of relax a bit, which means she leaves the country. And when she was going at the end of November, it was a case of, if you want to say your goodbyes to your ex-husband, now's the time to do it, because it wasn't looking too good. As it happens, in the meantime, we have changed his leukemia medication. He has got a little bit more energy, a little bit more positivity. He is walking around. The dementia has gotten worse. His Alzheimer's has gotten worse, to the point where give it 2, 3, 4 minutes and he will forget where the conversation has been, and he will say the same rote sentences, and generally his memory is going completely. We are planning a trip away in a hope that we can have some time with him while he is still vaguely conscious. But for now, it's a case of letting him live his life the best we can. And to that extent, myself and Caroline are full-time carers. I am working from home from a laptop that usually works. And it's a case of doing the best we can to kind of make sure that he has the best quality of life. Myself and Caroline are no longer the priority, or we never were, but we're not the priority anymore. Looking after my father is, and that remains the case, to the point where it's unlikely that I'll be coming back again just yet. Things may change over the course of the next couple of weeks or the next month or so, but for now, still, Talking Con is on hiatus. The plan is that we are going to be returning to San Diego for Comic-Con 2025. If there's an America left to return to, as I was going to cheekily say on a social media post, well, I'm a cishet white boy with a cishet white woman, And hey, that means I'm fine. But for anybody else, anyone who's not white or not male, it's such a terrible situation at the moment in the US, and I don't know what to do. We haven't booked flights for San Diego yet, purely because it's a little bit like feeling like booking that package holiday to Nuremberg in 1943. It feels a bit weird to get the flights booked. Do you know what I mean? We want to see if some checks and balances will rein in the chaos that's currently going on in the US. In an ideal world, let's work with in an ideal world. In an ideal world, yeah, we're coming to the US. We're coming to San Diego. We'll be staying with our partner in crime, Rachel. So it'd be myself and Caroline and Rachel, causing chaos and mayhem in a hotel somewhere. We are thinking not the hotel that we would usually be staying, which is would have been the Hampton Hotel up on just the north of Little Italy, but possibly trying for the hotel sale and trying a little bit further in town. Who knows? We don't know. But either way, in an ideal world, we're planning for San Diego. But when it comes to where I am mentally, where I am physically, yes, of course, physically. The last 6 weeks have been fun because I've had things like inflammation of the foot, inflammation of the back, pains left, right, and centre. I have had some discomforts for the last 2-3 years through to a hernia, which, as it happens, I'm going to be going into surgery on Monday. So, yeah, expect a fair amount of social media posting over the course of the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be bedbound. Reading a lot of comics, reading a lot of social media, and kind of distracting myself because I'm going to be kind of bedbound. It does mean, however, I do want to try and be a bit more. I've been given 4 to 6 weeks to kind of recover. However, I can't do that because I've got my dad to look after. So I'll be kind of hobbling around after about a week looking after my dad. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a case of forget my health. This is what needs to happen to look after my dad. So my head's very much a shed at the moment, to the point where if anything gets done on the website, it's because it's automatically being paid by direct debit. When it comes to writing stuff up on the website, it's through Danbury pestering me. And even that doesn't necessarily work. But I did get a couple of posts up this month, but that's still not enough. Caroline is okay. She's back at uni now, so she's doing her counselling courses, which mostly involve law and psychology. That also takes some time away from looking after dad, but at the end of the day, that's what I agreed to, that I would be working from home and looking after dad, which means it's all a case of squeezing in as much as we possibly can in between doing our care work, as it were. And again, that means no talking con, a cup of tea for a while. I mean, I am on social media. I've been posting quite happily on Threads and Blue Sky. More Blue Sky now, actually. That's switched. I started on Threads more, and with Blue Sky kind of like as my secondary, but now that's been flipped around. So Blue Sky is my main port of call. You can find me at Englishman STCC.bsky. No, social.bsky. So you can find me there. But beyond that, this is more a case of just to show that I am still here. things are not. I mean, they're progressing. I wouldn't say they're improving, but hopefully we can start seeing a turning of the corner relatively soon. And personally, it was just a case of I wanted to say hi because it has been a while, hasn't it? I'm wishing you all the best. I'm hoping that you're doing okay. I mean, if you are watching this from the US, I have no idea what to say to you, or indeed, I can't even advise to your state of mind at the moment. I mean, Chuck Cook, I think pretty much sums it up with lots of flames, and this is fine. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, I know, and it's very difficult to keep politics out of the conversation in today's climate. But I'm hoping that when we do get round to San Diego, we will be able to do something about that and distract ourselves for a while. But it's going to be incredibly difficult, considering that a fair amount of our community is getting detromized. That's not even a word. Demonized, blacklisted, and just generally put upon. And the only thing that we can do is show our support, which I will do until my dying breath. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. This was, like I say, was going to be more like just a waving of the hand and saying hello and hoping that everybody's okay. Letting you know that, well, I'm still here. I'm curious to know what's going to happen on Monday, because it is a routine operation to the point where I'm going to be kind of going in on midday on Monday, and by Monday evening I'll be discharged and headed home. So this is clearly an operation which they can do kind of in their sleep. You'd think that's their idea or their plan, but recovery is still going to happen because it is surgery at the end of the day, and it is going to involve me basically being a cut open, things moved around, and then closed back up again. So yeah, if you do see a live stream from me on Monday evening, Tuesday morning, looking very worse for wear, you'll understand why. That's why. So it's a hernia operation. It's just the way it is. It's what's happening. But I wanted to say hi. I wanted to wish you all the very best. Dan Berry has just messaged saying that sorry, bad Wi-Fi. You think that would be Orlando Convention Center for you. And indeed, as Chuck Cook has said, even the vendors have been complaining about poor Wi-Fi. Yeah. So, to summarize, too long didn't read. I'm okay. Caroline's okay. My dad is okay. He's alive. And while his health may be on a bit of a bounce, the memory is completely shot. We went out today just to get out of the house and show him some different sites in the four walls of the house. And it got a bit emotional at times. It's just a case of thank you very much indeed for getting me out, and our pleasure. That's what we're up for. It was good for me to get out of the house as well. So there we go. Right. I'm going to disappear. I want to thank Dan Berry for giving it a go. I want to thank you for watching as well. When will our paths? Oh, you can tell that I'm absolutely shattered because, you know, barely sleeping. When will we cross paths again? Soon, hopefully. I can't tell you when. I will try and give you a heads up. In the meantime, if you could like and subscribe, if you could watch any of the old videos. I'm tempted while I've got, I'm going to be bedbound resharing old videos, old interviews that we've done, which I had a blast doing. I'm followed by Bill Sienkiewicz on Blue Sky. So yeah, it's stuff like that which tickles me. So the fact that I might reshare the Bill Sienkiewicz interview, who knows? Take care. Look after yourselves, and at some point down the road, hopefully we'll see each other again. Yeah, we'll leave it there, and we'll say farewell. All the best.